Well, hello, divine masculine. Today we're going to doing energy healing, activation, clearing for narcissistic personality disorder and narcissist abuse recovery. So, a little bit about my story. When I was 21, I got involved in a 5-year relationship with a narcissist. Up until that point, I held my core ideas and values. I was honest. I had integrity. I was accountable, kind, supportive, compassionate, who I really am. Throughout the abuse of that 5 years and what I went through, I was so broken at the end of it that I actually became the thing that I hated. I adopted the qualities and the actions and the behaviors of a narcissist. And then I went on into isolated meth use for 3 years. I hurt countless individuals through being selfish, lying, manipulating, etc. And then I got sober 4.5 years ago, and I started to do the inner work. And once I got sober, I immediately started to regain myself. They say that empaths always attract narcissists, which may or may not be true. I think to some degree, probably because that they're so far on the opposite spectrums, but still hold the same wounding that it's just a perfect match, But not everyone you see who has those qualities is actually a full-blown narcissist. They could just be an empath that is in so much pain and has been through so much abuse that they have actually adopted those qualities as their own way of being. And the only way to get through that is to do the actual healing themselves. However, there is on the opposite spectrum, though, the ones who is like, that's just who they are, and they will never change. All of us in some way, shape, or form hold some of these behaviors. You can be as healthy as you want. You can do years of therapy, but like you still have like some selfishness. You still have some manipulating qualities about you, even though you feel that they come from a loving place, and they very may well, but that does not mean that they don't exist. So part of this activation is healing and bringing up our own qualities that like we are still holding the root wounding of them that is causing us to interact in a way that is not who we are, like inside. And then we will also be doing healing for the abuse that we have endured through these relationships. I just got out of another 5-year cycle relationship like this. So like I am still fresh in it, but I am so grateful that I can still process and show up and be of service through my pain. Spirit thinks he's funny, and right now I can tell him to fuck off, but to take some deep breaths. Allowing this energy to act as a weighted blanket. Calming you. Bringing you in the space. Seeing that golden shaft of light from above entering through our system. Grounding into our chakra system and into the earth. Chanturu Hena Anna Cheta. Allowing it to build and expand in the solar plexus. Creating a golden sun around us, holding us in its power and protection. And this energy starts to lift the veil, lifts the clouds of the confusion of the unanswered questions that we have from the abuse that we have taken in these relationships. It starts just to address these in the brain, the neural pathways, the actual physical trauma that we have from being in these relationships. Giving us a sense of peace and a feeling of closure, even though we may never hear it from their mouth. Deep down, we know the truth, and we can accept that as enough. And although the pain is very, very, very real, we can find some small sense of gratitude that we are no longer a part of that relationship, a part of that abusive dynamic. And with us clearing out these wounds, we will no longer find mayors of people who are like this that show up in our life to teach us these lessons about ourselves. They have been our initiations. They have been our biggest impacts and learning throughout our life. Find a sense of celebration that you have passed this test and that you do not need to take it again. And this energy now stems into the other areas of your life where these wounds are affecting you with addiction, isolation, low self-worth, low confidence, and how that is reflected back to you through the external world and your family and your finances and your joy. And the activation starts to go deeper, addressing our own narcissistic qualities, however big or small that we have. Allowing them to come to the forefront of our conscious mind. So that we may become aware and work through them ourselves and release them. We are destroying the box of this pain, the box that we are in from the learned behaviors throughout these relationships, the box of isolation. Our self-worth has been destroyed throughout these events. We have been told that we were unworthy. We have been cut to the root of our heart and soul by comments, being backstabbed, cheated on, lied to, manipulated, destroyed destroyed our reality. There is an inner strength in you now that has been built upon this foundation of pain that is going to set you up for success this life. Again, feel your pain. Again, do not minimize it. I am validating what you are going through, but step away from being a victim. Own your shit. What happened was nothing about you. Do not feel foolish or full of shame because you stayed in these relationships. Even though we may not understand the workings of spirit, they were there to serve us. And we will see that on the other side of this. And as we move through these wounds, this is setting us up for success in our future with future partners. This is almost a return of good karma for what we've been through, for how we've handled it and how we've grown. Expect that your next partners will be ones that not only match but surpass you in the most beautiful, unconditionally loving way. Sending a deeply grounding and integrating energy now. Disconnecting us from everybody else, sealing in what needs to be sealed in, and putting a protective sphere around all of us as this energy work continues. Stay strong, gentlemen. We got this. Be easy and be free. Peace.